and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon Lee. Today I am back with another GBBO Bake Along Challenge video. So this week on the show it was Japanese week. The food that they made was just Asian inspired, and it wasn't strictly Japanese. So I'm gonna do the Bao Buns because why not? I've never made these before and I've wanted to make them. So I have some of my ingredients out right now for the dough. So the recipe I'm following is from the website redhousespice.com. The only part of the recipe that I'm following really is just for the dough. For the filling, I'm just kind of making up my own thing. I would love to do more of a traditional Chinese bao bun for you guys, but sadly they're not vegan friendly. They always have like pork or some type of meat or something, and I also didn't really think that through when I went to the grocery store earlier, so we're just gonna use what I have and I'm just gonna kind of throw stuff together and make a bao bun. We're gonna get started on the dough and let's do this challenge, even though I was disappointed with GBBO this week. For my dough today, I'm gonna do everything in my stand mixer. I absolutely love this thing. You could definitely knead it by hand, but I just decided that I don't want to, just for time's sake. So I already pre-measured 300 grams of all-purpose flour, and I chose the bleached, I think I just blew on the flour. I chose the bleached flour because it is a lot whiter than unbleached. Therefore, I will hopefully get a whiter bao bun. So that's what we're gonna do. 300 grams, like I said, pre-measured. And then we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of yeast. I just have some active dry yeast, but if you have like the fast rise, you can probably use that too. But I don't think it matters too much. So we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of that. We are also gonna add in 1 teaspoon of sugar. This recipe doesn't specify what type, so I'm just gonna go with normal granulated sugar. I'm just assuming that is perfectly fine. 1 teaspoon. And then it also calls for 1 tablespoon of some type of cooking oil. I'm gonna use some vegetable oil because that's just what I have. I don't think olive oil is gonna taste good. Sesame oil is very, very strong, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So 1 tablespoon of oil. Okay. And then the last thing that I have to add in is 140 milliliters of some lukewarm water, and I believe this is to help activate the yeast. So I'm gonna go grab that water. So I just measured out 140 milliliters of some lukewarm water. I'm gonna add that in. I'm gonna attach my dough hook and start letting this knead. Okay, so at this point, my dough is now a nice little dough ball. It is just combined. It's not like super sticky, as you can tell, like my bowl, like nothing is sticking to it. I did have to add in just a teeny bit of water. I think I added in an additional like maybe half a tablespoon. That's probably what I did. So I'm just going to knead this a little bit by hand just to make sure everything is fully mixed in. Make sure we're building up some of that gluten in the bread, because these things are like they're little steam buns and they're super cute. I am going to grease this container a little bit. I just got this at the restaurant store. I know a lot of restaurants use these and I love them. So I'm just gonna grease this a little bit and I'm gonna put my little bun in here. And I believe the recipe says to let it proof for about 40 minutes to an hour and a half. So just until I guess it has doubled in size. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put it in the oven with the oven light on. That's how I prefer to proof all of my bread-like things, because the oven light provides a little bit of heat, and it's a little bit better than just turning on your oven on the super lowest setting because I don't want to take the chance that I melt any of my plastic bowls. So let's grease that. Now that it is greased, drop it in. I am going to take a little kitchen towel. Every recipe I've ever read says use a tea towel. You can just use your kitchen towel. Wet a kitchen towel and put it over and then go proof that. So that's what we're gonna do. So once you place your dough ball in here, you just take a wet towel, cover it, and let this proof. So we want this to proof till it is doubled in size. So while the dough is in the oven to proof, I'm gonna get started on my filling. Like I said, I didn't really plan this out very well, otherwise I would have had different ingredients. But I'm gonna use some of this plant-based ground beef as my meat for this. And then I also found a carrot, which I just chopped up really fine, some cilantro, ginger, and I had some yellow onion, so we're just gonna use some of that. I also found, I have these little seaweed snack packs, so I'm gonna crunch this up into my mixture. I also have some sesame oil, teriyaki sauce, and some soy sauce. I would have loved to have some hoisin sauce, but I don't have any of that right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna put everything back into this same mixer. I mean, it was just dough, so I'm not too worried about it. So like I said, I'm gonna add in my carrots, my ginger, onion, and cilantro. We're gonna put that in the mixer. Normally, I would also love to add in some cabbage or some leek, but I don't have any of that today. And the next time I go down to Chinatown Supermarket is tonight. But I don't have time tomorrow to make these, so we're just gonna go with these, and maybe another time on my channel I will post a proper video of how to make some baozi. I forgot to say this in the video, but I am just taking one of these seaweed snack packs and I'm just gonna break this up into small pieces to add into the meat-ish mixture. So this is what my fake ground beef looks like. It looks pretty similar to normal ground beef. And this is the Light Life brand. I actually had it was on sale, and then I also had a rebate kind of coupon thing that was gonna give me money back, so I just got it. And I actually just had a burger with this type of meat for lunch a while ago, and it tasted really good, so I'm not afraid to use this. I actually bought it with no intention of, had no idea what I was gonna use it for, and here I am. Good thing I bought it, came in handy, because I bought some Impossible fake meat for tomorrow that I'm making another dish, so we'll see how this goes. Everything's incorporating really well. I'm gonna add in a little bit of sesame oil. I absolutely love how this smells. This is just so perfect. Probably just added in 2 tablespoons of this. And I don't have much teriyaki sauce left, so I'm just gonna add all of it. And some soy sauce. Okay, so clearly I should have thought of this sooner. My dough hook isn't working, obviously, so I'm gonna go switch this to the paddle. 1 second. This is just an attachment that I bought online because I like the little silicone because it kind of scrapes everything on the sides into the bowl. So we're just gonna use that. Adding in some pepper, because that's important. So I'm also gonna add in some crushed red pepper, some of this Trader Joe's Mushroom and Company umami seasoning, just because I didn't have any mushrooms and I really want to put those in too, but again, improvising. And then some garlic, because I'm too lazy to put in fresh garlic right now. This is what my filling looks like up close. I'm just gonna let this sit now and wait until the dough is ready and we can start filling them up. Okay, so it has been about 40 minutes, and sorry if you hear something in the background. I just got a package while we were waiting, and the cat's just got a new toy, and our kitten is playing with it, so he's not gonna stop anytime soon, so we're just gonna ignore it, let him do his thing. So I still have my mixture here. While you guys were gone, I was reading online, and I did find out that I can add in some 5-spice powder to kind of help season this, and thankfully I had some, so I added in probably like half a tablespoon of that to the mixture, and I added in about 1 tablespoon of black sesame seeds. And now it smells absolutely perfect. It smells exactly what I wanted it to smell like. And this is my dough. It hasn't completely doubled, but I'm at the point where I don't really care, so I'm just gonna punch it down a little. And then we are going to divide this dough. It says into, I think, 12 pieces. So these are gonna be pretty small. I've already started my pot of water back there. I'm trying to get that boiling so we are good, so we can start on everything. But yeah, so this, I'm splitting it in half. Each one needs 6. Ish. Wait. 6. 3. Oops. I'm gonna fix this one. I need 3 out of this. Okay. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm only gonna make half of this, and then the other half I'm also gonna form the bao, but I'm going to put them in a little baggie and put them in the freezer and just have another day. So, let's see. Okay, divide it into 12 portions. Roll each piece into a disc-like wrapper. I watched some videos on this, so like, I kind of know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I also kind of don't. I know I could be using like a little rolling pin right now, but it's fine. We're just gonna use our fingers because I think that's the more traditional way to do it. I don't really know. Like I said, I watched only a couple videos before doing this. And I'm just hoping that all of this turns out super yummy. Okay. So I've got my disc, and I don't know if I want to thin this out some more, because I'm pretty sure bao's not like super thick. Okay, so this is my dough disc. I am going to take a bit of filling, put it into the middle. I think that's probably like a heaping tablespoon-ish amount. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like a tablespoon and a half. And then I believe we just fold it over, and then we start doing like this like pinching thing up here with the dough. Ugh, I'm not good at this pinching. I don't think I'm doing this right. Like bao, it's not like perfect, but okay, so that is kind of a little bao, not perfect, but I'm just gonna shove it in here. I also took these parchment cupcake liners, flattened them out so they don't stick to the steamer, and we're just gonna do a couple more of these. So like I said, I only did half of the dough, and this is what they look like. Obviously my pleating isn't perfect, but I'm still learning. I am going to stack these and put them on the pot over there and start steaming these. So I got my water to a boil, and then once it boiled, I lowered the heat to like medium low, and now I added the steamer basket, and we're gonna let this go for about 15 to 18 minutes. I'm gonna give it 16, I think that should be good, and then we'll take them out and check on them when they're done. So it has been a full 16, probably 17 or 18 minutes now because I did get distracted with something. So we're gonna take this off. I'm gonna turn off the heat because we're only doing half of the batch today. The other half is gonna be done tomorrow. So I'm gonna take these off and carry them over to the counter. So we get to look at these together for the first time. I'm curious, I hope they cooked okay. Ooh, okay. So they cooked. I don't know if they cooked enough because I think I made them kind of thick. So I don't know. I think they're cooked, but I think we're just gonna check the bottom layer too. Let's check the bottom layer. Okay, those look pretty cooked. So mine are not super shiny or anything, but I think I'm just gonna let these sit. You guys can take a look at those. This is what they look like. Like I said, mine are not super shiny. I don't know if they cooked properly. They looked like they're fully cooked. So I'm gonna let these just sit here for a little bit, and then I'm going to open one up. And then for those of you wondering, while the other basket was steaming, I was folding up these, and I'm gonna put them in the freezer and save them for tomorrow, and then I'm gonna steam them again tomorrow. Okay, so I brought my taste tester because he always tests them. So the buns look great. I touched them a little bit. They actually feel like they're cooked. And so Avery has this big one, Big Mama, and I have Big Mama's child, very tiny. And we're gonna try them and hope that they are fully cooked. They seem like it. I'm kind of curious.
Soft and fluffy.
Ooh, okay.
Steamy.
Yeah, let me show that to the camera. So this is what the inside looks like once I ripped it. Looks pretty good. Yummy. Hang on, I think I might have to sneeze. I think I'm still getting whiffs of the pepper. Yeah. Oh, I also put red pepper flakes. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Mmm. That is really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think for winging it, I did pretty good.
That's really good.
I'm gonna do way more.
Spicy, savory.
Mm-hmm. I think the second batch that I put in the freezer is gonna turn out better because I actually, instead of rolling the dough out with my hands, I actually used a rolling pin to get it a lot thinner, and I could shove more filling in there.
Yeah, these are nice and fluffy.
Mm-hmm. But I do like the fluff on these.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, I'd make this again.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was this week's episode of the Great British Bake-Along Challenge. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell that lets you know every single time that I am posting videos. And we're gonna continue eating these, and we're also gonna go get dinner tonight at a hot pot place. And we may or may not stop into Chinatown too, the supermarket. So I will see you guys next week.